Alaska. It's a place people talk about in hushed, reverent tones, like it's some mythical land, too vast and too wild to comprehend. And maybe it is. I mean, how else do you describe a place where mountains pierce the clouds and glaciers carve through valleys? Where whales breach the surface of icy waters and grizzlies stalk salmon in pristine rivers? It's a place that defies expectations, that challenges your very notion of what's possible in nature. And today we're going to take a journey there. For the next 15 minutes, let's forget about the everyday, about deadlines and traffic jams and to-do lists. Let's get lost in the raw, untamed beauty that is Alaska. Denali. The name itself evokes a sense of awe. It's the highest peak in North America, a staggering 20,310 feet of sheer rock and ice that dominates the Alaskan landscape. But Denali National Park is so much more than just one mountain, as impressive as it is. It's 6 million acres of sprawling wilderness, a tapestry of tundra, forests, and glaciers, all teeming with life. Imagine driving along a winding road, the air thick with the scent of pine. You glance out the window, and there, in the distance, is Denali, its peak shrouded in clouds. And then, as if on cue, a caribou steps out of the trees and stares at your car, seemingly unbothered by your presence. In Denali, these encounters with wildlife are just part of the experience. And speaking of wildlife, Denali is a haven for some of the most iconic creatures in North America. Grizzly bears, wolves, Dall sheep, moose, they all call this park home. I remember the first time I saw a grizzly in the wild. It was early morning and the mist was still clinging to the ground. The bear was massive, its fur a rich brown in the soft light. It was so close I could hear it breathing, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. Then, just as quickly as it had appeared, the bear turned and lumbered off into the undergrowth. But Denali isn't just about the big animals. Look up, and you might see a bald eagle soaring overhead, its wingspan wider than you can imagine. Or glance down and spot a tiny Arctic ground squirrel darting between rocks. Chapter 3: Glacier Bay National Park. If Denali is the heart of Alaska, then Glacier Bay National Park is its soul. Here, amidst the icy waters of the Inside Passage, you'll find a world sculpted by glaciers over millennia. Towering ice cliffs, some hundreds of feet high, rise up from the water's edge. Deep blue crevasses snake their way through the ice, hinting at the immense power hidden within. And then there's the sound, a deep, guttural groaning as the glacier calves, sending chunks of ice crashing into the water. It's both terrifying and exhilarating, a reminder that you're in the presence of something truly ancient and powerful. Imagine yourself on a boat, the crisp air biting at your face as you navigate through this icy labyrinth. The sun glints off the water, creating a dazzling display of light and shadow. But Glacier Bay isn't just about the ice. It's also a place teeming with life, both above and below the water's surface. Humpback whales, their massive bodies sleek and black, breach the surface, their cries echoing across the bay. Sea otters, those adorable creatures with their playful antics, float on their backs, cracking open shellfish on their bellies. Harbor seals bask in the sun on ice floes, their dark eyes watching your every move. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a pod of orcas, their distinctive black and white markings cutting through the water. Glacier Bay is a testament to the power of nature, both to create and to sustain. It's a place where you can't help but feel humbled by the sheer scale and beauty of it all. Chapter 4: Kenai Fjords National Park. Even the name sounds rugged, wild. It's a landscape carved by glaciers, these massive forces of nature that have left behind towering cliffs, hidden coves, and these deep, narrow inlets we call fjords. It's a place that feels both ancient and alive, and it's teeming with wildlife. You might catch a glimpse of a humpback whale breaching the surface of the water, its massive body a testament to the abundance of life here. Or maybe you'll see a pod of orcas, sleek and black against the blue, their dorsal fins cutting through the waves. There's a rawness to this place, a sense of being on the edge of something vast and untamed. And yet, there's also a strange kind of peace. It's the kind of place that can make you feel small and insignificant, but also strangely connected to something much bigger than yourself. It makes you think about time, about the forces that have shaped this landscape over millennia. And it makes you wonder about the stories these mountains and these waters could tell, if only they could speak. Now, you can experience Kenai Fjords in a lot of different ways. Some people come here to hike, to test themselves against the challenging terrain, and be rewarded with breathtaking views. Others come to kayak, to paddle through the fjords and get up close and personal with the glaciers. There are trails for all levels of hikers, from leisurely walks to strenuous climbs. You can even take a boat tour to see the glaciers up close, or to spot wildlife like puffins, sea otters, and bears. But however you choose to experience Kenai Fjords, one thing's for sure, it's an experience you won't soon forget. It's a place that stays with you long after you've left, a place that reminds you of the power and the beauty of the natural world. And it makes you realize that there are still places on this earth that feel truly wild, truly untouched. Kenai Fjords is a reminder that we need to protect these places not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. There's something about glaciers, isn't there? These massive rivers of ice, slowly carving their way through the landscape. They have a kind of power and majesty that's hard to put into words. And Mendenhall Glacier, just outside of Juneau, is no exception. What makes Mendenhall so special is how accessible it is. You can literally drive right up to it. There's a visitor center where you can learn all about the glacier, its history, and the impact of climate change. But the real draw, of course, is the glacier itself. You can hike to different viewpoints for stunning perspectives, each one more awe-inspiring than the last. You can see the deep crevasses in the ice, the way the light plays off the blue depths. And if you're lucky, you might even witness a calving event, where a huge chunk of ice breaks off the glacier and crashes into the water below. It's a sound like thunder, a visual spectacle that reminds you of the sheer power of nature. While one of the most popular things to do at Mendenhall is to hike to Nugget Falls, a stunning waterfall that cascades down the mountainside right next to the glacier. It's about a 2-mile round-trip hike, and it's well worth the effort. As you hike, keep an eye out for wildlife. Mendenhall is home to black bears, porcupines, and even the occasional mountain goat. And don't forget to look up. You might just see a bald eagle soaring overhead. Now you might be wondering, what does a glacier sound like? Is it silent? Well, not exactly. As you stand there, close your eyes and listen. You'll hear the cracking of the ice, the sound of water melting and dripping, the rumble of distant calving events. It's a symphony of nature, a reminder that even in the stillness, there's constant change happening all around us. And it's a reminder that some things are just best experienced in person. Chapter 6, Anchorage. Anchorage. It's Alaska's largest city, nestled between the Chugach Mountains and the Cook Inlet. A modern city with all the amenities you could ask for. What makes it special is its blend of urban living and untamed wilderness. Downtown one minute, hiking or kayaking the next, a city that embraces its natural surroundings. One of the best things about visiting a new place is getting to experience the local cuisine, and Anchorage is no exception. From fresh seafood to wild game, there's something to satisfy every palate. Be sure to try some Alaskan salmon, whether it's grilled, smoked, or baked into the state's famous salmon chowder. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even sample some reindeer sausage or muskox burgers. And don't forget to wash it all down with a local craft beer. Anchorage has a thriving craft brewery scene with plenty of options to choose from. But more than just the food, it's the atmosphere that makes Anchorage so special. There's a friendly, down-to-earth vibe here, a sense of community that's palpable. People are drawn to Alaska's wild beauty, and that shared appreciation creates a special kind of connection. Chapter 7, Fairbanks, the Golden Heart of Alaska. So you've seen the icy peaks and the glaciers. I'm talking, of course, about the Northern Lights. And there's no better place to witness this celestial dance than Fairbanks. Imagine this. It's a crisp, clear night, a ripple of green light. It grows, intensifies, transforming into dancing curtains of emerald and violet, streaking across the vast canvas of the night sky. Fairbanks isn't just about the celestial show. This city, with its gold rush roots and frontier spirit, has a character all its own. It's a place where you can pan for gold in the very rivers that sparked a frenzy. Visit museums dedicated to the art and ingenuity of the far north. Meet the people who call this rugged land home, hear their stories of resilience and adventure, and understand what it means to live in harmony with nature's extremes. Don't miss the history of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, an engineering marvel that traverses hundreds of miles of unforgiving terrain. Fairbanks is the perfect jumping-off point for expeditions into the vast Alaskan interior. Explore the pristine wilderness of Denali National Park, a short drive away, or venture even further into the untamed beauty of the Arctic Circle. Fairbanks is a place of contrasts, where the past and present collide, where natural wonders meet a vibrant human spirit. It's a place that will stay with you, long after you've left its shimmering skies behind. Imagine a city cradled by towering mountains, its streets winding along a narrow strip of land between forested slopes and the icy waters of the Inside Passage. This is Juneau, Alaska's capital city, a place where wilderness and urban life exist in breathtaking juxtaposition. Juneau is a city unlike any other. Accessible only by plane or by sea, it's a place where eagles soar above cruise ships, where you can hike a glacier in the morning and enjoy a gourmet meal in the evening. It's a city that embodies the spirit of Alaska, a place of rugged beauty and unexpected charm. One of Juneau's most striking features is its proximity to the Mendenhall Glacier. Just a short drive from downtown, this massive river of ice flows down from the Juneau ice field, its terminus a breathtaking spectacle of glacial ice calving into a milky blue lake. But Juneau isn't just about glaciers and mountains. It's also a city with a rich history, from its Tlingit heritage to its gold rush past. Explore the Alaska State Museum, wander through the historic downtown, or take a walking tour to learn about the people and events that have shaped this unique city. One of the most remarkable things about Juneau is how accessible the wilderness truly is. Step off the cruise ship, and you're just minutes away from pristine forests, cascading waterfalls, and abundant wildlife. Take a whale-watching tour and witness the majesty of humpback whales breaching in the waters of the Inside Passage. Hike the trails of Mount Roberts, which rises dramatically from the heart of downtown, offering breathtaking views of the city, the channel, and the surrounding mountains. Or venture further afield into the Tongass National Forest, a 17 million-acre expanse of rainforest, glaciers, and fjords. Here, you can kayak among icebergs, hike to hidden waterfalls, or simply soak in the silence of this untouched wilderness. Juneau is a place where adventure awaits around every corner. It's a city that will challenge you, inspire you, and leave you with a profound appreciation for the raw beauty and untamed spirit of Alaska. Chapter 9. Seward Gateway to Adventure. Nestled at the head of Resurrection Bay, surrounded by towering mountains and glaciers, lies the charming town of Seward. This is a place where Alaska's wilderness meets small-town hospitality. Seward is a gateway to adventure leading to Kenai Fjords National Park. Explore the town's colorful buildings, quirky shops, and friendly locales. Stroll along the waterfront, watching fishing boats in the harbor. Seward is the gateway to Kenai Fjords National Park. Glaciers carve through mountains, plunging into the Gulf of Alaska. The best way to experience Kenai Fjords is by boat. Take a day cruise, marvel at cliffs, waterfalls, and calving glaciers. Keep an eye out for abundant wildlife. Watch for humpback whales breaching, sea otters frolicking in kelp forests, harbor seals basking on ice floes. You might catch a glimpse of a black bear, or a bald eagle soaring overhead. Kenai Fjords is a testament to nature's raw power. Feel humbled by the immense landscape, an experience that stays with you long after leaving Seward. of adversity, beauty and artistry can thrive. But Ketchikan isn't stuck in the past. It's a bustling hub of activity, a place where cruise ships dock and visitors from around the globe come to experience the unique charm of Southeast Alaska. The waterfront is a hive of activity, with shops selling everything from handcrafted jewelry to freshly caught salmon. And then there's Creek Street, a historic boardwalk perched precariously over the Ketchikan Creek. Once a notorious red light district, it's now a charming collection of boutiques, galleries, and restaurants. As you stroll along the wooden planks, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the laughter and music spilling out from the saloons that once lined the street. But don't let the quaint charm fool you. Ketchikan is also a gateway to some of Alaska's most stunning wilderness. Just a short boat ride away, you can find yourself kayaking amidst pristine fjords, hiking through lush rainforests, or reeling in a prize-winning salmon. It's a place where adventure is always within reach. So whether you're drawn to the cultural richness, the scenic beauty, or the promise of outdoor thrills, Ketchikan has something to offer everyone. It's a place that will stay with you long after you've left. Its stories etched in your memory like the carvings on a totem pole. Sitka. Even the name has a certain mystique to it, doesn't it? This island town, nestled amidst the Tongass National Forest, holds a unique place in Alaskan history. It was once the capital of Russian America, a time when fur traders and explorers navigated these waters. Walking through Sitka is like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the chime of Russian Orthodox church bells mingling with the cries of gulls overhead. The iconic St. Michael's Cathedral stands as a testament to that bygone era. But Sitka's story isn't just about Russian influence. This is Tlingit land, and their presence is deeply woven into the fabric of the town. Stories hidden in plain sight. From the soaring peaks of Denali to the serene waters of Glacier Bay, from the cultural tapestry of Ketchikan to the historical echoes of Sitka, Alaska has a way of capturing the imagination and stealing the heart. We've only just scratched the surface of this vast and wondrous state, but I hope these glimpses have ignited a spark of adventure within you. Maybe you're dreaming of hiking through fields of wildflowers, kayaking amidst icebergs, or witnessing the ethereal dance of the northern lights. Whatever your Alaskan dream may be, I encourage you to chase it. This is a place that rewards exploration, that invites you to disconnect from the everyday and reconnect with the wild beauty that surrounds us. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more.